be here. Even though my title says Service Providers and Systems Integrators, cloud is applicable to all of us in the room. A little bit about myself in relation to everyone in the room. My family, my mother and father were born in Italy and went to Argentina. So I have a little bit of Latin in me. My sister was born in Buenos Aires, and then they packed up Buenos Aires for some reason. Came over to Canada, and I was born in Canada. So got a little bit of Latin in my blood, a little bit of Canadian in my blood, and I'm a Boston Bruin fan, so I have a little bit of American in my blood as well. So thank you for that. I also want to acknowledge Ricardo, because I was supposed to go tomorrow. And as you see by my presentation, cloud is in the forecast. It's a very cloudy day in Cancun today. So in his wisdom, he moved the presentation to today, knowing that it would be cloudy, so that we would get the clouds away from tomorrow so that we all have a great time when we go out and do our excursion. So thank you, Roberto. I also want to introduce a colleague of mine, Satish Shenoy, where Satish, there he is right there. Satish runs a global business development group for cloud. So his team is working on cloud opportunities, and he can be leveraged if you're trying to build a business around cloud. So I just wanted to make that introduction in case you had questions later. So if I could leave you with two things today. I want to leave you that Avaya is in the cloud market. How many people think Avaya is in the cloud market? Show of hands. Okay, how many people think we're in the cloud market without seeing cloud in a presentation? A lot less. Well, good. So hopefully I can tell you today, convince you today that we're in the cloud market. The second point, very important point, is we can't do this without you. Okay? To capture the market, to capture the segmentation that Pierre Paul and Richard and everyone else talked about earlier, we can't do effectively in the cloud market without building options for you. Okay? So you're a very important part of the value chain in relation to cloud. So we'll talk about what's trending. We'll talk about our offerings a little bit. We'll talk about how we help you, and then key takeaways and calls to action. So what's trending? Everyone knows that cloud is here, right? So there was a study done by Gartner on the top 10 things that are going to impact IT in the next 3 years. And 8 of those things are related to cloud. A couple of other statistics to think about. The UC market, the cloud UC market globally is going to grow around 40% CAGR year over year. The contact center cloud market globally is going to grow about 20% CAGR year over year. And the video as a service market will grow in North America, because I know that from a study that was done recently, 25% CAGR year over year. So it's real in our wheelhouse. Most of the cloud applications that our customers are moving to the cloud are UC, collaboration, web enablement, web communications, and video. The other thing we did was we conducted a little study of our own customers that are Avaya users group. And senior executives are some of our biggest customers. And 50% of them said they're developing a cloud strategy, which is good. I mean, they're on the road to developing that cloud strategy. The other important part of this survey was that 35% don't think that they're ready. So it's a small sampling, but what this tells me is the opportunity is huge. Everybody's thinking about it. Everybody wants to do it. Most of them aren't ready to do it. So it's a great opportunity for yourselves and ourselves to attack that market because it's prime for attack. So let's talk about a little bit about our offerings. First of all, before we talk about our offerings, I'll give you a little bit of the landscape of cloud, because there's a ton of press about cloud, and every one of our competitors talks about cloud. So cloud is in 3 sort of buckets for us: contact center as a service, UC as a service, and video as a service. So we have competitors in every one of those buckets. And I'll tell you the difference between what we do in the market, and I hope you find out why you're here at this conference, and what our competitors do in the market, is every one of those solutions are vertically oriented solutions. So you want a contact center as a service from one of our competitors, it's a contact center. You want to bolt on video to that, it's a different architecture. UC as a service is the same way, video is the same way. From the ground up, we built our cloud portfolio to be interoperable. SIP-enabled from the core up. So it's easier with standardized interfaces to do a horizontal type architecture. And that's what we do, a horizontal type architecture. I want you to think about that. So as you deploy services, whether it's UC or CC, it's easier to go across the horizon to add new services on top of our architecture. A lot harder with our competitors, and it's one of our key differentiators. So if I look at the portfolio, we have sort of the public cloud offerings today. Public to us is really multi-tenant. So you stand up a cloud, and you have multiple tenants on that one cloud. So Avaya has offerings in that space. Private and dedicated clouds, this is a big market as well. We're a large enterprise, tier 1. We also have solutions that we can deploy today with you in this space. And the hybrid cloud. This one excites me the most if I look at cloud over the next 24 to 36 months. Because hybrid, I think, is the way that we can all participate in cloud. And it's really where our customers want to play. They want to build their contact center, for example, when they need it. So they want to be more reactive to the market. To their market. Another one is software as a service. They want to implement automated chat on top of their contact center. But they don't have the resources internally to do that. Why can't they buy an application over the cloud? So hybrid, I think, is where it all will evolve. It'll go in stages, but part of hybrid, you need public and a private aspect to that. So think about hybrid as a public and private smushed together, providing hybrid capabilities. And there's a perfect storm brewing, I call it. It's no longer just a cost initiative. In fact, cloud might be more expensive to our customers. But that's okay, because it's evolved from, hey, I've got these assets, I just want to put them in the cloud, I want to save some money. Now it's more, how do I get time to market? How do I make my business more agile? How do I get quicker time to cash? Much different conversations with our customers than just, I need to rationalize expenses. Demand is growing, and it's enabling top-line growth for our enterprise customers. Right? Cloud is a way of driving growth, new applications, new revenue streams to market faster for our customers. Because if they take a project internally, someone told me once that 17% of all IT projects in large enterprises are successful. That means that 83 aren't. So how does the IT organization become more of an IT as a service play? And it's evolving from a cost metric more to an agility and flexibility metric in the cloud. So your customers will want to talk about, how do I get more revenue by deploying this cloud service? How can I get to market faster with this application? Can you help me with that? And those are the conversations that are happening. Buying sentiment is high, and it's just a perfect storm for cloud. The other thing I want to talk about, which is very, very important for cloud economics, and you're going to hear about this tomorrow, is cloud consumption model is forcing a different business model all throughout the value chain of cloud. So the way our customers used to buy CapEx-based deals is moving over to more of an OpEx. You've heard Richard talk about that. And it's forcing us to build different relationships with you. It's forcing us to build different relationships with our partners. So it's changing the whole consumption model along the value stream. One of our key competitive advantages is that we have business models that match our customers' requirements and your business. So if you have practice in cloud, you have facilities, you have data centers, you have network, you can go out and build a cloud yourself, and that's great, and we can help you do that. If your customers are asking you about cloud, and you don't have a practice around the cloud, you don't have data centers, you don't have potentially a network, maybe you can get somebody else to do it. So it's somebody that you can offer as a service to your customers, not necessarily building it yourself. Okay, so there's many, many different value propositions in cloud. You can insert yourselves in that value proposition, and there's many different business models that we can accommodate based on your business model, what you want to do in your business, and based on your customers' needs. And that's a competitive differentiation at Avaya. I'll tell you that this is very, very hard, changing business models from a CapEx-based business model, selling product, selling services, to an OpEx-based business model, selling managed services, selling outsourced services, hosted services, is very, very difficult for companies to transition. And Avaya's taken a big lead here, and we have a lot of models that really fit the cloud consumption model. So I urge you over the next couple of days, you're going to come and talk to me or some people people on my team to truly understand what we got. We can build clouds today. You can build clouds today, and you can build them yourselves, or you can have us build them, or you can have another partner build them, and you can resell them. So from an offer perspective, this is a very complex slide, but there's many offers that we have today in the market, and the reason for that is there are many markets. So you heard about segmentation. There's an enterprise market, there's a commercial market, there's a mid-market. There's also capabilities that our partners, you in the room, have. Do you have capabilities to build it yourself? Don't you have capabilities to build it yourself, but you still want to offer that service to your customer? So it's really a factor of two dimensions. One is, what's the market? Is it mid-market? Is it enterprise? Two, what are our partners able to deliver? And that's the reason we have the plethora of cloud options here. So we'll start on the far left. That's really a public offer that we have in the US. It's called Avaya Connect. You can get the outcome from us if you like, and you can actually resell it. That's interesting. But what's more interesting is we also can do applications over the internet. So you can buy automated chat from us over a cloud offer. You can sell automated chat to your customers, hosted by us, managed by us as a cloud offer. As we move over to the right, IP Office. You heard IP Office a lot in the last couple of presentations. There's a mid-market play for IP Office. Now, IP Office is a wonderful thing in IP Office line because it's completely virtualized. One of the key requirements for building cloud is virtualized applications. You can't build cloud solutions without virtualized applications. It's sort of like table stakes. IP Office 9 is now virtualized. So now we have the ability to host it on a customer brand, traditional resale environment. Or we can host it in your data centers because it's virtualized. We can host it on an appliance, or we can host it on a server. Your server, our server, the customer server. So it gives us a lot more flexibility in how we deploy based on, once again, the need of the customer and your business model. As we move over, there's the traditional Aura, Scopia hosted private clouds. This is UCaaS, CCaaS, hybrid clouds. We have something called Collaboration Pod. I don't know if you've heard of Collaboration Pod, but we can actually sell a pod today that's configured, pre-configured, validated design, sits in a data center. Once again, customer data center, your data center, service provider's data center, and it's validated for a certain design. So once again, back to that quick time to market, agility, roll in something, put up a service, and deploy that service in a very fast time to market. And then we have AOS private cloud. So we have customers that don't want to do it themselves, they want somebody else to do it. You can offer that service, and we can do everything on that service. We can manage it, we can host it, and you guys can sell it. And we can do that today. And in fact, that's most of our cloud business today is in that sort of hosting model. So a lot of different plays, if you will. It really is, what's the market you're going after? What are your capabilities in cloud? What are your customers asking you to do in cloud? And what can you deliver? And then we can match the business models that we have created for cloud to your business models and success in the market. The other thing you can't do in cloud, you can't do it by yourself. Anybody who thinks they can do it by themselves is wrong. You need partnerships. And the way we do partnerships is a little different. We have, as I mentioned earlier, an open platform. So we feel this is a strong competitive advantage in the market because we can bring in these partners to offer various different services on top of the cloud offer that we have. One example is Esna. Esna will take our call control and offer it through Google Apps, through Microsoft, through CRM applications. That's a way of extending a cloud. Think about it. You build the cloud on UC, and now your customer comes to you and says, well, I really want to use Google Apps. Okay. Well, we have a solution that we can tie together for standardized interfaces where your customer can use that cloud service that we built with Avaya with the interface we need Google Apps, with the interface we need Java, with the interface we need Microsoft or CRM, any CRM, Salesforce.com, or anything. So the reason for that example is it extends the value of a cloud offering that we built to the customer demands, and there's standardized interfaces to be able to put these things together.